I lost my business. But that wasn't the first thing I lost. And it definitely wasn't the worst. You see, when people talk about failure, they talk about numbers. They talk about money, losses, debt, investments, things you can calculate, things you can explain. But no one talks about what happens to you when everything you built starts collapsing in silence. No noise, no warning, just a slow, quiet disappearance of purpose, of connection, of yourself. My name is Daniel. I'm 62 years old, and for most of my life, I believed I was in control. I believed if I worked hard enough, I could build a life no one could take from me. I believed success was security. I was wrong. I didn't come from money, no safety net, no second chances. Just a young man with tired hands and something to prove. I still remember the first night I slept in my empty shop. Yeah, I didn't even have enough money for rent back then. So I stayed there, on the cold floor, using a folded jacket as a pillow, listening to the hum of the streetlights outside, and telling myself, this won't be forever. That night, I wasn't afraid. I was hungry. And hunger can be a powerful thing. It pushes you, it blinds you, and sometimes it makes you forget everything else. That's when she walked into my life. Elena. Not dramatic, not loud, just warm. She had this way of looking at you, like she could see past all the noise, past your struggles, past your fear, and straight into who you could become. She believed in me before there was anything to believe in. She used to bring me food to the shop, sit on the counter, swing her legs like a kid, and talk about life, like it wasn't something to survive, but something to feel. I didn't understand that back then. To me, life was something to conquer, to build, to prove. But to her, life was something to live. And somehow, we made it work. Years passed. The shop grew, slowly, painfully, but steadily. Customers came back, word spread, money started flowing in. And for the first time, I felt like I was winning. We moved into a small apartment. Nothing special. But to us, it felt like everything. We'd sit on the floor, eat cheap food, and talk about the future. She'd say things like, "One day you won't have to work this hard." And I'd laugh, because I didn't want that. I thought, this was who I had to be. The man who never stops. The man who sacrifices. The man who builds. And without realizing it, I started becoming someone else. Success came, but it didn't come gently. It came with pressure, with expectations, with fear of losing it all. And that fear changed me. I started staying longer at work, answering calls during dinner, missing conversations, missing moments, missing her. At first, she understood. She always did. She'd smile and say, "I know you're doing this for us." And I believed that too. But over time, something shifted. Not loudly, quietly. She stopped talking as much, stopped asking questions, stopped waiting up. And I noticed. I really did. But I told myself, this is temporary. I'll fix this later. Later. That word is a lie we tell ourselves when we're too afraid to face the present. Years passed like that. Fast. Too fast. And one day, I looked up and realized I had everything I once dreamed of. The business, the money, the recognition. But something felt off, empty, like I had built a life, but forgotten how to live in it. Then came the fall. Not dramatic, not sudden, just one wrong decision. One deal that looked right, but wasn't. And everything started slipping. Clients pulled out. Bills piled up. Calls stopped coming. And the thing I spent my whole life building started breaking. Piece by piece. Day by day. I panicked. Not outwardly. I didn't scream. I didn't break down. I just worked harder. Ignored more. Pushed everything aside, including the one person who had been there from the beginning. I remember that night, clear as if it happened yesterday. I walked into the house, and something felt wrong. Too quiet, too still. She was sitting there, in the dark, just sitting. I said what I always said. I'm fixing it. Just give me time. And she looked at me. Not with anger, but with something far heavier. She said, I gave you years. And in that moment, something inside me broke. Not the business, not the life. Me. A few weeks later, everything was gone. The business, the office, the identity. And when I came home, she was gone too. No note, no goodbye, just absence. And that's when I understood. I didn't lose her that day. I lost her. Slowly. Over years. Every time I said, later. Every time I chose work over presence. Every time I assumed she would always be there. Love doesn't leave all at once. It fades. Quietly. Until one day, there's nothing left to hold on to. Now, I live a different life. A quieter one. I wake up early, sit by the window, drink my coffee slowly. Not because I have time, but because I finally understand what time is worth. I don't chase anymore. I don't rush. I don't say later, because I know what it costs. I lost my business. I lost her. But the hardest truth? I lost myself. Long before either of them left. And maybe you still have time to stop, to look, to choose differently. Because the most painful losses aren't the ones that happen suddenly. They're the ones you don't notice until they're already gone.